Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto video. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today we're going to be talking about some CBDCs as well as some Chainlink and also Hbar content. But before we jump into this video, I do just want to say I am also giving away another 100 Hbar. Once this video gets to 400 likes, because I do know that 200 likes was easily achieved. Once this gets to 400 likes, we will give away 100 Hbar to one lucky person who likes, subscribes, and comments on this video. So nonetheless, let's jump into this content. So first and foremost, we're going to be talking about Swift. As you guys already know, I talked about Swift. Pretty much everything runs over Swift. They're doing about $5 trillion a day in transactions. And here is some news from Chainlink today. Now, Chainlink, as you guys already know, is partnered with Hedera Hashgraph. It is one of the many partnerships that Hbar does have. And this article is saying, at Swift's Smarter Securities, Chainlink co-founder discussed how institutions can prepare to interface with many different blockchains. And this is also very interesting to note because we've talked multiple times about how, possibly Hbar or XRP, whatever the case may be, will take over Swift's market and pretty much kind of replace Swift, if you will. I don't think that's going to be happening. I think what's gonna really happen is one of these projects are going to help, alleviate the pain points that Swift does have and pretty much scale it to, wider extents as well and pretty much making it faster. But we do see here a few things to note. So that the ability to send Swift compliant messages from smart contracts and return outcomes from the Swift network back into the smart contract demonstrates how the infrastructure of existing messaging standards like Swift can be used to trigger blockchain transactions and how blockchain events can affect important enterprise events. Since then, there's been a lot of progress made on how technology works and what it's capable of doing in various chains. And again, I think that with the whole Chainlink partnership here, it's not only a bridge for many of these, partnerships to happen, because Chainlink, I've mentioned multiple times how it's extremely undervalued as well. I do think that Chainlink's going to perform greatly this entire bull run, but it's also good to note that Chainlink has the potential to really help alleviate a lot of these problems with, basic DeFi and stuff like that. We do see, basically Nazarov described his vision for short-term and long-term evolution of global finance amid the growing decentralized finance DeFi industry's spectrum of blockchains offering increased reliability, transparency, and efficiency. And again, Hedera is pretty much the best project for this instance, and I think that's the main partnership between Chainlink and also Hbar. A lot of people don't realize how huge of a partnership that is for not only Hbar but also Chainlink, because Link, like I said, has been lackish in terms of what it could do, and I think what the partnership between Hbar and Chainlink does is pretty much opening the doors for a lot of the pain points to be relieved, which will also, like I said, slingshot Link into the right direction for success. But we do see reliability, transparency, efficiency, easy access. Obviously, this is music to the ears of someone working at Swift and something that we've been striving for since our birth around 40 years ago. And I've talked about how a lot of these projects, especially even like XRP, which I know a lot of people don't like me to talk about XRP regarding an Hbar video, but listen, I've discussed both of those projects are going to be working in various ways. They're interoperable to each other, so they could basically be working, especially even with the regulated side chains or the federated side chains, I should say, that they do have on XRP, or they're working on, I should say. So they're both going to be utilized in huge ways. Don't think that they're not going to. They definitely are. They both have their different use cases, XRP with ODL customers and stuff like that. So they're both very good nonetheless. But I thought this is very interesting to talk about, because I think at some point in time, Hbar and Chainlink could basically reinvent the wheel for Swift. Like they said, 40 years of innovation without true breakthroughs with technology. And I think blockchain technology, and even, because Hbar isn't blockchain technology, but Hashgraph technology really could pretty much pinpoint the wheel of success for a lot of the financial markets and structures that we have currently in our, if you will, outdated system. Because right now, finance is pretty much the biggest outdated infrastructure that we have right now, and we should really be looking into reinventing that instead of other stuff overall. But I also want to talk about this is Bank of Israel steps up CBDC efforts with a reported test on Ethereum. Now, this is from 10 hours ago. I'm a little late on this, but I do want to update you guys on this. I thought this was actually comical. And the reason why I say it's comical is because we know how inefficient Ethereum is. And even, a lot of people, their big argument point that is an Ethereum maxi, if you will, is that Ethereum 2.0 is going to come in and pretty much change the game. It's going to reinvent everything. It's going to pretty much skyrocket Ethereum into success. I just want to say right now, that's not the case. Ethereum 2.0 is doing 3,000 transactions per second currently. That's what their claims are. 3,000 transactions per second. If you guys know of Hbar, and if you guys are an Hbar holder and did your research, you know that 3,000 transactions per second is comical and laughable. For something to be in development for years, I think it's been like 6 years, and it could only achieve 3,000 transactions per second. It's hilarious, honestly. I would be personally disappointed and embarrassed to actually even release that information, because we know that a lot of these other projects are already kind of putting that to rest. Like Ethereum 2.0 is already outdated before it's even released. And, I do like Ethereum, for what it was. I like OG assets like that, EOS, ETC, and stuff like that. But Ethereum, for what it is now, is just outdated. It's the same way that Bitcoin's outdated. The only reason why Bitcoin does increase in value is because of the fact that it does hold dominance over the market. And also, a lot of people like to say that it's the store of value, which it is currently. I mean, I'm not going to argue that claim, because I do think that it is, but it doesn't have real true utility. And we do see here, they're basically testing this. So it's not like it's going to be, brought in. I think at some point in time, they're going to, test using Ethereum. They're going to find out that, hey, listen, it's not efficient enough for CBDCs to run over or, utilize, because we got to look at the fact that I think Ethereum right now, I want to say that it's locked at 15 transactions per second. Currently, I think people say that it could do 18 transactions per second, which, again, it's not a real big difference. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much like if we even see here, it's a preliminary CBDC pilot, was in fact already being conducted. This is pretty much just a full test, if you will, using the CBDC model and stuff like that. So we even see here, this draft does not represent a decision of the Bank of Israel regarding the characteristics of the digital shekel. If issued, the draft model forms the basis for discussion and examination of alternatives by working teams dealing with the issue at the Bank of Israel. And following the publication of this document, it will also serve as a basis for discussion in the professional community in Israel about the characteristics required for the digital shekel. Yeah, realistically, this is pretty much just a test run. And like I said, they're going to test it on Ethereum, and they're probably going to say, hey, listen, it's just not efficient enough. So they're going to have to, in some sort of way, pretty much say, all right, we got to test using something else. I think at some point in time, and I'm not going to say it's going to happen this year or next year or anything like that, but we're going to see a lot of these places that are trying to incorporate a CBDC, for example, the Bank of England, which I've already talked about in my past videos. A lot of these places are going to say, all right, well, we need something that is scalable, cheaper, it's greener. A lot of people, like I said, especially in nowadays times, is looking for the green aspect of things, because finance is one of the worst markets that is non-sustainable for the environment. Which we discussed multiple times, but they're going to look for something that is the greenest extent of a choice. And I think, if we already know, Hbar is the greenest crypto out there for this instance. And it's also the most scalable, most affordable, and it's the fastest crypto that they could choose. So I don't see why the Bank of Israel and multiple other banks that are trying to, run efficiently a CBDC model, if you will, wouldn't choose Hbar. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like I said, it's just the fact that Ethereum and Ethereum 2.0 is pretty much outdated, so I don't see why Ethereum would be utilized. Maybe if it was like a private bank sector, possibly, where it's pretty much just supported for banking use cases, then I could see possibly it working. But besides that, it doesn't really have any true use case value in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, I am doing a giveaway of Hbar, so definitely leave a like, subscribe, and also comment down below. If you guys do want more free content as well as more giveaways, you guys could follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.